Well, what do you know? Not surprising, right? We live in a system of racism, white supremacy. We live in a system of injustice. People classified as black, or at least people like myself, like minded individuals like myself, are trying to replace this broken system of injustice with a system of justice. And so this is a classic case of justice not being served because, as you can see, the fatal shooting, the officers who shot and killed, executed Alton Sterling last year, okay, will not be charged, right? I'll have the link in the description, but this is not surprising whatsoever. You know, again, we live in a system of racism, white supremacy. If a race soldier feels his life is in danger, he will go ahead and shoot. Point blank, period. It's always a matter of my life is in danger. I felt threatened. Again, they don't have any decorum in terms of who they feel threatened by, in terms of people classified as black or African American. You could be 1 year old, and I'm not even bullshit. I'm not even exaggerating. You could be a newborn baby, and I'm not trying to be funny. You can be a 99-year-old, a black elderly citizen. If they feel threatened by a 1-year-old or a 99-year-old, they will shoot and kill. They will execute. It's just that simple. Right? And this is the classic case of this right here. I mean, this man, if you guys know the story, if you guys living under a rock, you guys should know that, he was outside of a convenience store selling CDs. Some homeless derelict, a homeless guy, called the police because he reportedly felt threatened by Alton Sterling. It was allegedly he was brandishing a gun or threatening the guy with the gun. He called the police. The police showed up, or the race soldier showed up, and executed the man right in front of his family. Okay. This sparked a trickle-down effect with the multiple, executions of unarmed black people, or just people who are just non-threatening, period, and being shot and executed by race soldiers in this country. This sparked, riots. This sparked mass shootings by black individuals last year. The shooting in Dallas and the police officers who got shot in Louisiana, I believe. I talked about that earlier last year as well. But, like I said, this is not surprising whatsoever, right? And the shooting of Philando Castile, right? Walter Scott. I read the story about Walter Scott too. Walter Scott is pleading guilty. The Michael Slager is the killer of Walter Scott. Michael Slager is pleading guilty to executing Walter Scott. Okay, which is good, right? Which is good. But at the same time, that's not justice across the board. That may be justice for that family, but it's not consistent justice across the board. Not even close. And that happens, it's like a needle in the haystack. It's like that happens, every blue moon, right? Where a race soldier gets convicted, gets charged, right, for executing a non-threatening or unarmed person classified as black. This is few and far in between. So in order for us to replace this broken system of injustice with a system of justice, it needs to be consistent. Okay? It needs to be consistent. All right. So again, I'm not surprised by this family. These race soldiers will continue to shoot and execute unarmed black people on a consistent basis. Not surprising at all. And I read some of the comments here. Let me scroll down. These white supremacist trolls out here, they love to, point out their talking points and stats about, oh, look at this guy's criminal record, right? Look at what this guy contributed to society. So some white supremacist troll named Aces High wanted to reflect that, Alton Sterling had a vast criminal record in the past, and he linked heavy.com. Again, this is a typical talking point. What about his criminal record? What about the fact that, they're bringing up irrelevant shit that has nothing to do with him being executed by a race soldier, right? The fact that the so-called law enforcement department is hiring known white supremacists. White supremacists have infiltrated law enforcement department since 2006, according to an FBI report. I always talk about that, right? So, the white supremacists and their talking points, they love to divert your attention to meaningless, pointless hypotheticals and their fake news or alternative facts information, which is completely irrelevant, completely erroneous, and completely asinine. And this is very typical for some white supremacist troll to point out his criminal history that has nothing to do with the fact that he lost his life because he was selling CDs and allegedly threatening somebody with a gun, allegedly. But again, a guy selling CDs outside of a convenience store, yeah, you consider that a high threat? Really? Your threat is your melanin. Your threat is your skin. You're a walking target out here in these streets, because a race soldier would consider you a threat and consider you, they would consider their life in danger, how they see fit, and execute you, and it'll be justifiable homicide. This has been talked about for many years, since Dr. Frances Cress Welsing in her book, In the ISIS Papers, right? So, again, I'm not surprised by this, family. I'll have the link in the description if you guys want to read up about the story in its entirety. But I'm not surprised whatsoever. So, those are my thoughts on that. Leave your comments down below about the story. Let me know what you guys think. I'd like to read your comments as well. All right, family. Until next time, make sure you follow me on Twitter, social media, Instagram at The Black Separatist. Both links will be down below in the description. All right, family. Until next time, Chauncey, a.k.a. The Black Separatist, signing out. Peace.